Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. This is my second video with the founder of Remelife. This is a really great project that is out to do social good by redistributing and decentralizing power and agency in the health sector.
NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. Threat protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Ready to hop in the 6-4 and cruise around the blocks? There's a storm coming to the underworld and the heat is on. Take over the blocks and call the shots. It's time to hustle or get hustled. What's it gonna be? Stay sharp. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Don't let them catch you slipping. Only real gangsters thrive in the dope wars world.
Please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT, join my official Telegram announcements channel. And this is actually a second conversation we had, because when Simon, who's the founder, and I'll introduce him in a moment, started talking, we just went off on one and we talked about FTX and Fauci and COVID and climate change. That's a separate conversation, so go watch that video as well, and I'll link to that in the description below. This one is about Remelife, and I did an interview with you about Remelife I think about a month ago, and you can find that on my channel. And what we're going to do is get an update on what's happening with this project. Simon, thank you so much for making yourself available.
That last conversation was quite heated, wasn't it?
It was really good.
I've had to take the sweater off. I'm looking a bit Russell Brandish right now, aren't I? Maybe I should stay that way, but
yes. This one's going to be sober and sensible.
I'll do my best.
Me too.
I'll be a good boy.
Yeah. So do you want to start by giving us just a brief overview of what Remelife is, and I'll have all the links in the description below.
Remelife, in a nutshell, is the world's first crypto rewards-based health and social care community, i.e. DAO. There's the sentence, there's the elevator statement, if you like. What that means is we've been building apps for years that are in care homes and so forth that are about finding commonality of interest between carers and those cared for. Because if you get to know a person, do you know what? You engage with them. And if you engage with someone, well, then well-being happens. You know, we all are happier and more stable if we're engaging with our, those around us. So that's what our apps do. They achieve engagement and achieve fun through digital technology, but with the ultimate aim of two things: well-being for all those involved in care, and of course for carers, a return on investment, so that it brings the benefits that good care can bring to a business. So That's what it does. But now more recently, and this is the key, during lockdown, when things got shaky for us, we've had a tough ride with our business. When, to be honest, lockdown pretty much collapsed my business. After I sobered up and looked at the world, I thought, why not put a crypto layer on top of all our apps so that those delivering care using digital apps get paid for care? Because we all know carers get paid bugger all, quite frankly, whether it's family carers not being supported or formal carers. So now with our system, which we're launching soon, when you help care for someone using digital methodologies, assistive technology, what we're doing now, Zoom, you get paid in crypto. So it's a rewards-based care ecosystem.
Right. Okay. Now, the care system is quite complex and diverse, because there's caring for people with physical disabilities, learning difficulties, elderly, young, old. What does Remelife, which sector does it address?
It's kind of a bit like, well, I was going to say like Facebook. That's not probably a good analogy, but it's kind of up to you whether it works for you. So what we do is provide our own apps, which range from a replacement for Zoom, which we call Rooms, which is GDPR compliant and doesn't steal your data. Well, it does take data, but if you want it to be monetized to make you money, it will. So we provide a suite of apps, from Alexa to the person-centered care app I said, and whether it works for you is up to you to find out. So if your family has someone with dementia, you'll be on Zoom quite a lot, as I was with my. This all came out of my own family experience. My mother was bedbound for 10 years, and I just started building things that would help my mother and her carers have a better time. So you look at our apps and our partner apps. We've got a lot of companies who we work with who provide assistive tech apps that will be within our ecosystem. And if they work for you, then great. And that could be learning disabilities, autism, dementia. We will find out. We did initially start in dementia, but we found that, to be honest, dementia is very varied, as is mental health and are the conditions. So up to you to find out if it works.
Okay, so my background, I'm a social worker, and I've worked in children's homes, in elderly homes, and people with disabilities and stuff. So immediately I thought of those sort of institutional settings, but you're saying it can be used in individual homes for people who are carers as well.
Well, the platform that we are launching now, remelife.com, is a daily use platform where you, as a member, you become a member, just so we have knowledge of you, because obviously identity is security, and security in a vulnerable community is critical.
Mm-hmm.
So you become a member, then you can use our apps and our partner apps, and you can use them for, as I said, whatever suits you. I mean, we've had requests from the prison sector, because they need to achieve external connectivity to build a profile of their own interests and to find like-minded groups around them. Everyone needs to do this. But if you do that in a managed way, find groups online that you can engage with, and I mean, I hesitate here because the potential is almost unlimited. The way to look at it is really, we think, about community, because yes, to go back to your point was that we're now doing this not just in a B2B sector, care homes where the family can reach into the care home and engage with their loved one in their room. That's how it started. We've now just launched remelife.com, that is a ecosystem for people being cared for at home, and where anyone family member in the world can engage with them. And that is applicable to anyone almost, really. We've got to see where it goes, I think, is the honest statement. So
that's extraordinary, because the health sector, the care sector, is so large and growing. And then what I'm trying to imagine is these decentralized mini ecosystems of applications and stuff, say with this family here,
yes.
and they're connecting in from wherever they are in the world with whatever person is being cared for, directly and indirectly.
Absolutely.
Which redistributes power and agency, and then rewards the carers. Where does the money come from?
Well, you're not only are you rewarding carers for doing care work digitally, passively, by them seeing REME tokens accruing in their wallet, passive earning, you also reward them for building community. We have a referral program. So as they connect with their family, and their family connect with others and with the community, you incentivize building a community that are caring for each other. So that's where the community aspect begins to grow, because as you create a community around you, you're rewarded for it. And by the way, you take those rewards, those REMEs, and you purchase products in our marketplace. You redeem the token, and I'll get to your question about where does the money come from, so to speak. You take your tokens, your REME tokens, and you redeem them to acquire the discount that is being offered by the vendors of the products in the market. So we're kind of like a mini Amazon, if you like, but with discounts that you only get if you redeem your tokens. And of course, what we do is we burn the tokens in the DAO. So therefore, the price, I mean, if you look at the failings of crypto, and there are failings of crypto, one of them is that there's a sell pressure. People take their tokens and they want to sell them and get cash so they can pay the bloody electricity bill, basically. Well, our model is that you will do that within the ecosystem. So the token doesn't go out and cause a sell pressure. It stays in the ecosystem. You purchase products within the community, let's call it a community, in our marketplace, and then that token comes back to us and we burn it. So with a fixed volume of 600 million tokens, and tokens being burnt in exchange for products that you'd be buying outside, you're now buying inside the ecosystem, you've got something that I don't think has been done by anyone in crypto, to be honest, which is, certainly not a pump and dump, that's for sure. But what you've got is burning and hodling, because the other thing is you can take those tokens you're earning and buy more if you want to, hence, again, a push on the price upwards. And having got enough of them, you can buy either a high-priced item, like a hip replacement from one of our partners. We have, hospital groups as partners. And that's a high-priced item that you can get discounted. Or you can hodl your tokens in our DeFi stack, which we call CareFi. So, one of my missions, I mean, I don't have a pension. I do have one pension, but it's garbage because there's got no value in it whatsoever. But I want my kids not to go through the hell that I'm going through right now, where I'm fearful of I haven't got a pension, and I'm pensionable age, all right? I'm pensionable age. My pension that I get wouldn't even pay my dog for dog food. It's ridiculous. It's an absolute farce. So I worry about my kids. But can you imagine if kids were earning crypto, whether it's education, whether it's my world, care, and they were hodling them because they're getting the chance of a pension or a life policy? They're hodling them for their future. And that's a psychology that kids understand, hodling crypto. My son hodling Bitcoin when he was 14 years old, and he now yield farms and is a bit pissed off with FTX. But he's 14 years old. He will hodl for his pension because it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Tell ain't going to put it into a pension that caused me to take it and tear it up at Sunday lunch fund. I got a notification from my pension because I hate saying my age. Maybe I've got a bit of vanity, but anyway, because crypto is a young world. So, at Sunday lunch one day, I opened my pension notification and it was just so small. I got pissed off and tore it into pieces. So, because all those administrators of that pension had been slashing, taking their money all the way through the years, and I got nothing left.
And in the background of negative or interest rates and low interest rates and stuff, they're not going to make the money to make the payout. But
so we've created a community, it's a bit like the friendly societies of the 1900s. In fact, that's where I got my my inspiration from. When lockdown came, I started reading. I think we talked about this before, but I started reading about the friendly societies where there were aligned stakeholder interests. So there was no middleman costs. There was no exploitation, no corruption, and the working classes, 30% of the Western world, were able to have good healthcare, good insurance policies, and cheap beer, which always helps, because it was a decentralized, self-managing. Well, they were the first DAOs, basically. So that's what we're doing. We're a DAO where there's there's going to have to be some sort of management structure because it's irrational not to, but basically a voting majority so that there's aligned stakeholder interests. Right. I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, let's have a look. So for example, so people can, if I have a referral code, people can click on that referral code. They can get into the system. I get a little take on that. And then how many layers does the referral code go down?
The community builder program has a 3-level.
So it's multi-level. It's multi-level marketing, and then
no, don't bring. It's not multi-level marketing. I'm going to stop you there because that's a very dangerous phrase. I'm actually a fan of the concept of multi-level marketing, which gives people the ability to build a business effectively. But the problem with multi-level marketing is generally, and I know quite a lot about it because I studied it, had to. They make you buy products up front. And that's destructive. Right. And then that forces you to have to sell to your friends and family, which is socially destructive. And you become caught in this process of having to you have to build a downline to build a business. So the concept of being able to build a business and build a community and service the needs of that community is wonderful. The concept of not having a middleman is wonderful. But the elements that need to serve the owning multi-level marketing company, i.e. profit for shareholders, is not an aligned stakeholder entity. So we're not that. We are a referral program where you don't have to build your community if you don't want to. It's going to happen whether you like it or not, because you're just signing up your family, your friends, your neighbors to give them the opportunity to use rooms like we're doing now. So it's passive. It's all passive. But if you decide you want to build it, then you can, and there's no cost. There's no product.
So where do the tokens come from that make those payments for caring and for the referrals?
Well, they come from lockdown, losing my business, getting drunk with a bottle of Jack Daniels and sitting there thinking about quantitative easing. What the fuck what's going on? It's a Ponzi. It's crazy. And all they're doing is printing money. Why can't I print money? Oh, that's what crypto does. They print money. So what about if I print some tokens for healthcare and just give them to carers who really should get rewarded? But then that's a Ponzi. Then if you lock it up and do Bitcoin 21 million, so you've got a fixed volume, then you're not a Ponzi. So you've got potential for growth. So I just basically it's quantitative easing on one side, tokens on the other side, and created a tokenomics model that is a win-win for everyone, not just a win for the elite company. I mean, not just a win for us. So we're not a pump and dump. We're not a rug pull. We're a fixed volume. We've got a long-term plan, and we're down. We're all about serving the community. And I have to say that will produce a much more dramatic effect because if you've got a community that's benefiting and loving it, not that I want to sound like McDonald's, but that's loving it, then the community is going to start supporting itself because everyone's winning, and it will grow to stature and size and will be self-supporting. And that's the mission. I think the antidote to the current society we've got right now is communities that are properly self-supporting as opposed to being driven by Facebook algorithms.
Yes, and the algorithm for the REME token, it's all automated. It's in the smart contract, fully audited, open source, so people can check it. A decentralized system.
Absolutely. I think the algorithm that was more fundamental is that people are going to be talking in the forum, the Remelife forum. They're going to be engaging building their own communities with the REME community builder, and they're going to be using rooms to do what we're doing right now and talk in like-minded groups, whether it's gamers or yoga lovers or whatever. We're going to be, because we're not all about being online. I'm not a believer in this drive everyone online. You've got to establish communities that engage with stakeholder aligned interests or commonality of interest, and then have them go out and meet. I'm a huge believer that the internet and Web3 should be a channel to external human engagement. It should have a duality to it, and it does happen. Unfortunately, now it tends to happen with that commonality of interest being discovered around a negative aspect, and then we have marches on the streets and God knows what, which necessary or not, that's what happens. That's where the meetups occur.
Yes. Now, when is this project launching?
Well, it's live now in a kind of an MVP format. So you can go to remelife.com now, and you can click through to the crypto pages, and you can learn about all that we're doing. You can use our apps. But if I'm absolutely honest, we're inadequately funded. We raised $750,000 through crowdfunding. We've got to where we are. We've done well, but now we're looking for our next stage funding. So we're in discussion with VCs, the right VCs, who do have aligned stakeholder interests. In other words, they will work through the token, but we haven't done it yet. We're in tough times, and what's been going on in the crypto world hasn't done us any favors, to be honest. So we will keep going, and God willing, we'll get funded, whether it's by our growing community. I mean, the big mission is anyone who's listening, please help us. Go to my Remelife on Twitter and join our community and rant alongside us about the woes of the world and the positivity of crypto and the needs of carers. Because for all the talk about crypto, this is about care. Crypto is the catalyst. The letter C is very powerful for me. I always remember that film V for Vendetta. Well, for us, our mantra is C for crypto cares. So join our community and take a look at how crypto cares. So go to Twitter and join my Remelife, and then we will build the community, and we will achieve the funding that we need to launch all those elements that are nearly completed.
Sure, and I'll have all the links in the description below. Anything else you want to say, Simon, before we finish up? Anything else you want to let people know that you haven't said?
Well, I don't know who exactly is listening. If you're the crypto converted, then I think we all need to be on a mission to talk to all those who are crypto averse or crypto uninformed or crypto inert, I guess, because we need the crypto community to grow so that not only can they benefit from what we're seeking to create, which is a passive income that can help pay electricity bill and support your care needs, but quite frankly also that can build those communities that can be socially combative to those negatives that seem to be on the horizon. The kidnapping of crypto through CBDCs, climate. I mean, there's a whole can of worms here, but we need to start to act as a community so that we can. Do you know the last time I was part of a community where I was proactive? Poll tax.
Wow,
that was the only bloody time I've been on the street. And
I remember that.
I went on the street because it was stupid and disgusting, but that was a community. Yeah. And it had massive impact. It turned around the Iron Lady, and she didn't get turned around very often. So we need to, she was not a lady for turning, was the phrase. So we need to build these communities, whether it's Twitter, whether all of us, so that we're ready for whatever.
Well, I think what's being created and the opportunity of cryptocurrency and the opportunity of that Remelife also represents is a world where people have agency because power has been distributed and decentralized. We are in charge of our lives.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
So I'll have all the links in the description below. I invite people to go check this out, take a look at it, read the white paper, do the tokenomics and all that business. Simon is going to be back on my channel. Do check.
And get in touch. Get in touch with me. Email me. Phone me. Let's have a chat.
And do check out the other conversation that we had, which was this was very sensible and sober, but the other one I think we may have even shouted at each other a little bit and raised voices and got passionate. It's all good. It's all part of the human experience. Simon, thank you.
It was good. It scared my dog out of the room. It was that
good. Simon, thank you so much. And if you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. Between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with decentralized profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Simon signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you.